again. I hope they can give us another 70-minute comeback, but we're going to be finding out together as we get into this opening game here between RNG and the side of Gaimin Gladiators. If Gaimin Gladiators fail to win this one, it's not that bad for them. They're just going to drop out of the top 4. They'll be placed mid-table. They're not yet in complete danger of elimination, but they lose 2 games. Suddenly, that narrative changes in a hurry. These games and these results are coming through thick and fast, and that changes the fate of everybody involved in these groups. But both teams smoked up early. Vision is going to be the name of the game here. Gaimin Gladiators realize if we don't have adequate vision set up, we cannot play this game as fast as we want to. And then we're giving Morphling Leshrac time to get going. That is the last thing we want. Pretty much a death sentence. So I like the fact that they're already showing early on that they're going to have the initiative to try and make aggressive and proactive moves into the side of the map that RNG is occupying.
Yeah, they understand that their level 1 is extremely strong, especially if they want to level up the Lunar Blessing. An extra 6 bonus damage for heroes like the Shadow Fiend as well as the Visage just allows them to get those clicks going in a little bit more, but it's mainly just going to be a scouting mission this time around. I really like when you load into a game and you see these players with the extremely high Dota Plus level, Grandmaster and a Master tier for both of RNG. I know it doesn't really mean all too much in the grand scheme of things, but it also does just give you that little bit of extra confidence. We know what Ghost has been like over the last couple of days on RNG. Has been a very kind of good little cornerstone for this team. Obviously, Somnus has been Somnus for the last couple of days, being one of those mid laners that has a whole lot of experience, especially a whole lot of experience at TI as well. So him just being able to be a cornerstone for them and being able to pull some games out of the bag as well. Definitely feels like RNG have this nice little spread of how their players want to play and how things should be getting done this time around. So yeah, these lanes pan out though. Xnova is going to be on the Snapfire in with the Morphling, so they don't really have the kind of best way to try and kill this Visage, especially once he's... Oh my god, Xnova.
Oh, wow. He's actually going to get first blooded. Well, Visage might be difficult to kill, but he doesn't seem to have any difficulty killing you. As they get the big turnaround there. That was so much damage, Rook. My goodness. Just came out of absolutely nowhere. One block with the fissure. Instantly the burst is there. I mean, we spoke about this when we saw the draft, right? Earthshaker Visage does not sound like a good time for anybody involved here. But Tofu's actually sitting middle, trying to set up potentially for a kill onto Somnus. I think they want to wait until he goes down, and then they block him in, go for the full raises. Boom. There's expended 2 of them already, but here comes Tofu. Can he find the block? Yes, he does. And the short raise will be there, but will they have this? I think Boom has this. Long range? Will he get it? Oh, just not enough damage. If he found the Meteors first and then got the long one, Somnus would be dead right now.
Yeah, you see what happens when 4 stacks of these Shadow Raises come on. You just see how slow Somnus turns around. So it's the power of the Shadow Fiend that we've seen so far. If there was level 2 raises, there definitely would have been a dead Leshrac that time around. But I like the movement early on coming in from Tofu, because we talked about the fact that this Gaimin Gladiators draft definitely has potential to play really fast. They can group up together with the Luna, get maximum levels in that Lunar Blessing. They've just got the Wraith Pack coming in from Ace. And the first 2 items that can come in from the Shadow Fiend as well just mean that as soon as they start to group up, it's going to be very, very hard for RNG to try and stop that. They have good wave clear though. They've got the Darkseer, they've got the Snapfire, and they have the Leshrac as well. So it's not like these waves just kind of crashing into the towers are going to be the end-all and be-all for them. It's going to be hard for them to at least try and deal with the ball, but at least dealing with the creep wave should be relatively straightforward. So I'm expecting Gaimin Gladiators to play fast. I'm expecting Tofu to make a lot of rotations, whether it to be to both of the side lanes or even towards this mid lane to try and get Boom off to a good start. And just try and force RNG to kind of play this slower kind of catch-up style instead of them being on even footing or at least ahead.
Top lane, we actually might see Gaimin Gladiators get a kill out of this lane. Kaka got surged up though. So annoying to play into in a lane like this. Surge with the Ion Shells. Kaka, of course, is going to dutifully bring a creep wave over for the Darkseer to be able to farm. Good guy Kaka doing the right thing. Might die for this though, as Diracho finds him in the midst of this process. 4 seconds until we have access to the Lucent Beam once more, but Kaka a little bit too speedy. Why Nyx Assassin should naturally have 310 MS? Who knows, but he does. So he gets away from the killer attempt from Diracho.
Also with 6 base regen as well. Now that he's anywhere near his flag bearer creep, he has almost 9 regen, so... Hey, you know, Ice Frog likes Nyx Assassin every couple of patches, so we'll leave him be for now. He's having his Nyx time in the sun. I like seeing it. I'm surprised that teams haven't been picking it all that much, if I'm being perfectly honest with you here, Snare. When we're coming into the LCQ, we saw what Team Secret were able to do with that hero, and now we're seeing what they're able to do with it again in the group stages, and now it's only into day number 2, towards the end of day number 2, the team's just been like, hey, wait a second, this Nyx Assassin here is pretty good. Ace is in trouble.
Ace in danger. Oh, Tofu bailing him out of trouble. X-Nova, they're not able to get the catch up. They already expended the Fire Snap cookie on a creep, and Ghost has already utilized the waveform. It didn't actually look like the waveform connected there. I'm not sure if he actually got the damage out from that, or if it was just raw right clicks. Either way, Ace is enabled to keep surviving here. Just stays alive, trying to keep farming. The bottom lane, though, is going quite well for them. Morphling, he is near the top of the CS charts right now. Hasn't really been harassed all that much, so he hasn't had to expend much of his gold on regen, which always feels very, very good. We'll just pick up this young infused raindrops so that in the event that X-Nova leaves him alone, he doesn't just get insta-bursted by the Soul Assumption Fissure combo.
That's always
Top lane,
going
though.
to be...
Ooh. Chalice? Does Chalice die here? No. Kaka finds the 2-hero impale to keep him alive, but Celery finds an even better enchant to slow him down in front of the tier 1. I really thought Kaka was going to be able to bail him out of trouble, but it is only the level 2 impale at this point in time. Not going to be able to do it, despite how good Kaka is. He actually might die for this here. Spike Carapace will block off some of this damage from the Lucent Beam, but still needs to be a little bit careful. Celery, if he got a little bit more mana there, would have been able to throw in one more impetus shot, which could have been deadly.
And a Warpine Raider doing God's work right there. Taking up so much, just being in front of the annoying heroes for RNG as well. So taking stock of the lane so far, there's only been 2 kills, make it a 3rd on the game. They're able to finally take down the pesky little Tofu on the bottom side of the map, did RNG. But where these lanes are panning out, Duraccio is doing a really good job on the Luna, 32 and 7, but goes 28 and 9 up against Aces 17 and 4. There's going to be a fight towards the top side though, Kaka. He's a fast bug, but is he fast enough?
He might need to Mango Impale back. Oh no, it's actually fine. Duracio's out of mana. He's cool. He's fine. Oh, dude, now if you die, you're actually so happy. Look how far Duraccio is from any kind of reasonable farm. Kaka's playing Ring Around the Rosies with him.
No.
Impales him up with the Mango. He didn't want to have to commit the Mango, but he's bought enough time for his Tranquil to come back online. So now there's no way Duraccio can catch him. And even if he does, no way he can kill him. This is... Dude, Kaka's actually carrying this game right now. What a player. There's so much time that Duraccio wasted. Right now, Chalice is thanking him, saying, yo, bro, you're giving me a free lane. Shout out to you.
Doing a really good job at just beating this pesky little Nyx Assassin. You can see that the lanes are starting to dissolve a little bit here now. You can see that Kaka's making his rotations around. Tofu was already being relatively active early on, but even X-Nova was trying to get involved towards this middle lane here as well. Understanding that the power rune's coming up at 6 minutes. This is kind of going to be the tailor of TI, right? Is 6 minutes is going to be very, very important for a lot of these mid heroes because the importance of mid has started to come back with the heroes like Shadow Fiend, Lashrak, Queen of Pain, all those kind of heroes that really want to try and abuse these power runes early on. So we will be seeing a whole lot of rotations, especially towards the power runes at 6 minutes into the game. And nobody has really gotten the advantage early on from that. There's a lot of good warding that's coming out here from the side of Gaimin Gladiators, though. They really want to try and understand if there ever is going to be any aggression onto the other side of the map, because you have a Luna on your team, right? So you want to make sure that you have a lot of these stacks. Unfortunately for Tofu, he didn't actually get the stacks in the triangle, so having this vision here in the river just means that they're able to understand if there ever is going to be any aggression towards that triangle. So Duraccio as well as Boom can freely farm that out once they do leave the safe lane.
And now, though, the objective is going to be staying in the safe lane, trying to get as much net worth as humanly possible, get these key items so that they can hit their timings without any delay. On the side of GG, they do not want to play this game slowly. Down bottom, though, they might decide to go for an aggressive play onto Tofu if Ghost wants to reposition in that direction. But looks like they care more about this farm. Just chilling. Ace has come under fire a little bit. Then they did see the stone form earlier on, but it is back online now, so there's no point in even trying to aggress into this Visage anymore. Where is Leshrac? How's Leshrac doing? Somnus just has a pair of arcane boots, just picked up a DD rune. We haven't necessarily seen anybody come middle to try and help him out with a kill so far. Looks like they've just been confident in his farming prowess. Obviously, he's been outstripped by the Shadow Fiend right now. Boom having a pretty good time, but we've seen how good this Leshrac can come with time going. And now Somnus going in to just get a quick D-ward. Tofu drops a fissure down. Unfortunately, because Soniqs is on the wrong side of this, can't get low to throw in the split earth. Just finds a young little D-ward. That'll be nice. Gives him a feeling of security here in this mid lane, feeling like he can see everything coming towards him. Just keep farming, but bottom. Look at Kaka. He's made a TP in. They wait for him onto Ace. They want this kill on the Visage. And even with the stone form, he's not going to be able to help you out, fam. And Ghost, the beneficiary of this rotation, getting a kill with the adapter strike on the Visage. And Ace is not going to lose any birds, but he will have to play very, very carefully with them. Dude, Ghost is at the top of the net worth right now. Number one, having a very free time in this bottom lane. His tower hasn't suffered at all. I'm starting to get a little bit scared here for the side of Gaimin Gladiators. I want to see them come and put pressure onto the Morphling as soon as humanly possible. They cannot allow him to have a start like this one.
Yeah, they are doing a good job at just allowing Ghost to have a free time. Dracho, though, on the other side of the map is also having a really good time. He did just take the tier 1 tower. It was pretty funny where Chalice did just drop the wall illusion on a fight towards middle lane.
Oh, middle. Quick little jump onto Tofu. Soniqs is actually in danger here, taking some impetus shots, but doesn't seem like Boom wants to full commit for this one. Did have access to the Requiem, but the fear would have sent him in a not favorable direction for the Shadow Fiend to come and connect. So just a quick little kill. Bring down this Earthshaker. Who got that kill at the end? Of course, it's the Kaka Nyx Assassin. Yay! Of course.
Yep. Sometimes the Nyx Assassin takes everything that he can, especially in these kinds of games where he's doing a whole lot of work so far. So Gaimin Gladiators, they can start to kind of get their ball rolling. They've already got Dracho, the first tier 1 tower. Now he's starting to just do the rinse and repeat. Yeah, the entirety of the jungle. They want to try and put pressure back on this tier 1 tower mid and this tier 1 tower bottom. They have Ace with his birds up online, getting close towards that Vladimir's offering. And I think when that kind of comes online, and especially once Dracho gets closer to his own Dragonlance, they can really start to shove Ghost out, who has been pretty lucky with the neutral items this time around. Getting the Possessed Mask is always what you want if you're a Morphling player. But now they're just kicking him out with the Enchantress as well as the Earthshaker here. So just doing the right stuff here for Gaimin Gladiators. They just want to come in, take these tier 1 towers, take control of the jungle, and choke out Ghost, because he's definitely not going to be ready to fight this ball for a long time.
He's not ready to fight it by himself, as they have evicted him from the lane. However, his allies are streaming in. Smoked up Asomnes, Kaka, as well as X-Nova. They're hoping to try and catch out Gaimin Gladiators here. There is a wood observer ward right above them, so if the smoke pops, they'll be spotted immediately, and Celery is able to back off. Not caught out by the surprise appearance of this Leshrac. So the trap doesn't work out for them at the end of the day. RNG not able to find what they want. They actually get the turnaround with the Impale back onto Celery, though. They still lack the damage to find this kill. Somnus a bit too far to the west. And Ghost has no interest in jumping into a jungle where he could die, doesn't have high ground vision. He's like, I would rather just farm. Let's go.
It was a nice little play there from Celery. Usually when we see these enchants, it's the same kind of deal, right? You just shove this body up onto the higher ground, you break smokes, and you just force people to kind of spend spells when you're with Kaka. He's in a bad spot right now.
Even Spike Carapace won't save him in this situation. There's a big Requiem, but look at the Morty's kisses! Flying in from X-Nova, a double killer team for him. Chalice finds a vacuum wall. Not going to be able to catch everybody though, but the Fire Snap Cookie catches onto 2. And here comes RNG with the waveform.
They took his rampage.
X-freaking-Nova gets himself an ultra kill. Ghost, you stole your support's rampage. If he'd gotten a rampage, that surely would have made TI history for the first rampage on a support player pre-15 minutes. But X-Nova showing us exactly his strength on the Snapfire. My god, how much damage did he deal? 3,000 damage almost by himself coming in from the Snapfire here. Honestly, that was incredible.
Oh, what a Giga Chad. It literally just walked in. They got the Impale where Kaka turned around. It was a double Fire Snap Cookie stun, and they dropped the Mortimer's Kisses, and off he went. X-Nova went to the races there, bruv. He got so much gold out of that. He's getting closer to his own Vlads now, and if the position 5 X-Nova gets a Wraith Pact roughly around about the same time that Ace gets his in the off lane, you're going to feel pretty bad. It would have been a pretty awesome moment in TI history if that was a support rampage, but Ghost decided he wanted to get himself involved in this game as well. So RNG did a good job defending their tower and turning it back around.
Unfortunately, GG were not able to get revenge by bringing down Kaka. He's able to escape. There's the Fire Snap Cookie nearby from X-Nova just to make 100% sure. And Gaimin Gladiators They don't know, but Kaka left behind some advanced vision as well in the spot where the tier 1 tower was. So even if they're moving around this area, sans the tower itself, they can be scouted. Kaka already tried to do the job of continuing to keep this map completely scouted out. Blocking camps. He might set up for a kill onto Tofu here. They have the Vendetta hit, as well as the Impale. This should be a dead Earthshaker indeed. And Chalice allowed to take him out and get some net worth towards himself as well. It's starting to come together right now for RNG. It was looking good for Gaimin Gladiators. They were able to collaborate by bringing down the tier 1s, both bottom and middle, but all of a sudden, after that big fight, RNG looking like they are feeling very, very strong. Some decent items are coming in soon. And I don't think Gaimin Gladiators want to try and force another big fight again. That's going to scare them off for a while. They'll look for an individual pickoffs, but I think they're going to be a little bit reticent up until finishing off the BKB for the Luna to go for a 4-5 hero fight once more.
Exactly. The invisible laser beam definitely feels pretty good if you're Nyx Assassin. And as you said, it was like Gaimin Gladiators are kind of in this position where they really kind of don't want to fight into RNG. They've got a Crimson Guard up now on Chalice. They're getting ever closer towards that Bloodstone. Ghost now has his Yasha as well as his Falcon Blade, so he's more than efficient at farming right now, especially once he gets that Mantis start up. Duraccio, though, he has Dragonlance as well as some Mask of Madness, building towards an early BKB here, so they at least understand that they want to try and get this fight going. You know, once they get the BKBs on the Luna, once they get the BKB onto Boom on the Shadow Fiend as well, they should be able to try and get these team fights going, but they understand how strong this this Impale and this Black Carapace is going to be in these team fights, so they need to have these BKBs so they can get their damage out. Shadow Fiend, very big amounts of AoE damage that he can't control. Same thing with the Luna. The bouncing glaze as well as the Eclipse. You want to make sure that they're going to be able to hit out on people and deal damage to people as well. So if you don't have that BKB, it'll be very, very hard for Gaimin Gladiators to try and get these team fights going. They're almost on the Wraith Pact now for Ace as well. Oh, the laser beam.
The Wraith Pact is going to be delayed, my friend, unless he has a courier right by the secret shop, because he is about to die here. And unfortunately, his courier was not... It was actually in position, but didn't make the read to quickly buy it out. He will end up losing his life. Let's see if he loses birds at all, though. Somnus chasing one down with the Nova. That's a huge kill, delaying this Wraith Pact. That gets, ironically enough, you know who was involved? Our boy X-Nova. He's now getting even more gold, so he's actually going to have a pre-20-minute Wraith Pact on a support Snapfire. Okay, that seems fair and balanced. And this absolves Chalice of having to buy that item as well, right? So he can go for more aggressive items, like the Blink Dagger, after the Crimson Guard. And we saw this Crimson Guard counter to the Visage yesterday. I forget which game it was, but it came out almost immediately, the Pudge game, when they played it from the side of TSM. TSM versus Tundra.
TSM.
Game number 1. Yeah. It worked really well. Visage felt like he was doing practically no damage in that game.
It's also really good against the Luna as well. It's been able to mitigate a lot of the bouncing glaives damage as well, so... Very, very good Crimson Guard game. You usually don't see Crimson Guard all too much from these heroes these days, but nice little choice there from Charles. Oh no, X-Nova.
X-Nova, this is actually a worthwhile kill. If this is going to end up ending a streak, a lot of gold if they end up bringing him down. A mega kill streak for X-Nova is ended by Celery, and they get a double damage rune. They're actually just going to go straight into the Roshan pit here. No buyback available in X-Nova either. This is a huge opportunity from Gaimin Gladiators. I think RNG are aware this is happening, but awareness this is happening is very different from being able to stop it. So Roche will go down very early on here. Boom, now a lot stronger in this game. Yet again, this double damage spawning right in front of the pit ends up being very beneficial for the side close to the Roshan pit.
Yeah, exactly. The Miracle Rune, as it has been coined in the past, having a DD rune spawn right outside Roche Pit as you want to walk in feels pretty darn good. They didn't have the Wall of Replica either. They didn't even have the Snapfire Kisses, so it was going to be a hard fight nonetheless there for RNG to try and get out on top, and that's why they want to try and smoke out onto the map now and see if they can force some of these members from Gaimin Gladiators. I want to see if they can try and kill Duraccio here. He's about 700-800 gold away from his own BKB. Kaka is standing here just outside of sight of the Sentry Zones. He walks in, double impales big.
Double impale yet again. There's the vacuum with all these Morty's Kisses raining in. They didn't get all of them out from X-Nova. Some of the shots did end up missing, so Duraccio allowed to live. Now can they catch up with Ghost though? He's being surged forward. He has Adapter Strike at the ready. Just needs a target here. Celery juking and jiving in the trees. Dodges the waveform as well. Celery has 4 legs. All of them used to dance around Ghost. And it looked good for the side of RNG, but they just weren't able to completely get their execution flush on the Wombo combo. Came very close here, Fluke, but they didn't get it. Honestly, Gaimin Gladiators was actually in a good position. They dodged the initial gank, anticipating that they were going to make this move from RNG. They even scanned the exact area that Kaka was going to be on. It's just unfortunate they scanned 2 seconds. The scan expired just as Kaka got there, but they were ready. They were prepared for this, and I'm glad that they don't end up dying. Would have been a very unlucky situation for them. So it's a good thing that we still have them have the Aegis, rewarded for being aware of the map movements that RNG are making right now.
Yeah, it was potential for a big wombo combo, but the vacuum kind of pulled them out of the Mortimer's kisses. Maybe a few of those direct impacts definitely would have done a lot more damage. Boom, though. He's feeling pretty large and in charge, so he's just going to walk forward, and there's not really much that RNG can do, especially now with Kaka being caught.
Yep. Kaka has a Blink Dagger, man. Very early Blink picked up. He gets a Tumbler's Toy into this little alcove in the trees. So should be A-okay. They have zero vision of him, and nobody nearby has an easy idea of where he's at. Celery does Tumbler's Toy, but in the wrong direction, so they will not be able to catch up to Kaka. And he hasn't left just yet. He might choose to actually wait out the timing on the Vendetta, emerge from behind them, and try to force a fight. He comes out now just to delay their wave push. This is so annoying.
Yeah. So hard for them to try and catch him as well.
A fight's coming. Vacuum into the split earth. Beautiful combination between Somnus and Chalice here. Requiem will come out from Boom though. And yet again, Ace Boom falling very low, but they don't have the punch necessary to kill them just yet. X-Nova was not nearby to throw in the Morty kisses either. Had he been, we certainly would be staring at several dead heroes here, but that certainly was not the case. But that is a BKB charge from Boom that gets expended, which is a bit unfortunate. It's his first one that he's used like that in the midst of a team fight. But yeah, they're coming back again, Fluke. Can they defend it a second time around, now that they're involving Dyraicho in this push as well?
They have no wall this time around. They still have the vacuum combination, so they're going to try it.
Go for it immediately. Will they have the stun? Woo! Morphling is here now as well, so damage issues have all been removed. And 3 heroes will fall quite quickly. Somnus with a double. And Tofu, unlike his compatriot Kaka, not lucky enough to already have access to a Blink Dagger. So he unfortunately will look at himself dying in the trees. As 4 heroes fall in the bottom lane. A double kill for Ghost. Last time around, maybe Gaimin Gladiators got a small sense of security. Being like, well, they tried the combo, it didn't work. They've already expended the full wall. We'll be fine. Let's try go again. But RNG ready on the re-engage. And they punish Gaimin Gladiators this time around.
Yeah, sick little wombo combo with the vacuum in towards the split earth. We saw how potent it was the first time around, and the second time around they were able to combine it up with a fire snap cookie onto a melee creep as well. So RNG understand that they can kind of outplay Gaimin Gladiators if they're able to get the jump on them with the combinations that they have. And this is what I talked about in the draft, where it feels like there's a little bit more synergy coming in from RNG's heroes, where on the other side of things with Gaimin Gladiators, like looking at this replay, like Dyraicho and Ace are just standing next to each other being like, oh yeah, this is perfectly fine. Vacuum, split earth, and bam. Everything coming in from Somnus, the waveform on top as well. And you actually can't respond to that because you're stunned for the entirety of your life. And at that point, RNG is just able to get themselves a freebie. And I mean, Snare, if they keep doing that, then it's going to be pretty to watch, but it's going to be a little bit hard to watch if you're a Gaimin Gladiators fan.
Very difficult. There's clips that they're not going to be wanting to make on Twitch.
Yep.
But they're still in an okay position. It's a hard game. They are definitely on the back foot at the moment on the side of Gaimin Gladiators. Feeling very, very bad because they couldn't fight despite having access to the Aegis. But things can take a turn for the better. They've just finished a Chrysalis from Boom. It's flying out now. We've got Dyraicho's BKB at the ready as well. And although RNG feel ready to fight, they're probably going to smoke up right now. They know that there's no access to the Aegis, so it's time to make an engagement happen somewhere. GG might be able to surprise them with their newly minted items and potentially get these turnarounds. I don't think they've scouted that these items exist just yet, but they now might just scout the Luna. They see her down bottom. So either her or the SF will make very nice targets, but the Luna is the one that's exposed right now. Dyraicho. Oh, Dyraicho's out.
Oh,
Dyraicho's
no.
dead. Dyraicho's so dead down bottom. Blink, Impale, Waveform, Morty's Kisses, everything dropped on top. The Luna has a new BKB, but you cannot activate BKB if you get 100 to 0 in less than 2 seconds. And that's what ended up happening to the Luna. And now RNG, despite lacking in Aegis, they're going to try go up the high ground here. Somnus is level 16, has this Diabolic Edict. It's time to go. It's trying to get a tier 3 tower.
They have a Lunar Illusion as well. So Chalice isn't able to keep that one alive for long enough, but Would have been nice for Somnus as well as Ghost to be able to keep that little bit of extra bonus damage. About 18 seconds left here to go in for the Luna. Didn't do a lot of damage. The vacuum's big. Oh my god, they blew up Celery.
Ghost, relax, bro. It's just a game. Somnus and Ghost now trying to combo together to bring down these melee racks. You see that Diracho is respawning though, so it's kind of dangerous to keep making this move. However, you've still been able to claim a tier 3 tower this early on. You don't even have the very high tempo pushing lineup. They're not the ones playing with the Luna Visage SF combination here, Fluke.
Yeah.
Yet they're the ones able to win these fights, immediately put this Leshrac atop these objectives, and they melt them. RNG, 7k gold lead for them, 85% win probability, and items that are very scary to deal with. Somnus hasn't even had to use his BKB just yet. It's brand new. Ghost is still buying BKB. Despite the dominance they're showing all across the map, he's like, I am no fool. I know what happens when you feel yourself too much and you don't buy BKB. So I really despair for the side of Gaimin Gladiators here. Once they get the BKB on this SF, Luna's still at the stage where her primary output of damage is magical right now. So this SF is the only one outputting physical damage, but I don't think Boom can stand up to this morphling of Ghost at the moment, especially once the BKB arrives.
Yeah, and I think that's the reason why the Ghost is going for his BKB, right? He understands that he's pretty immortal if that BKB comes out. The sad part is here for Diracho is he's had this BKB in the last 2 fights, but he just hasn't been able to pop it every single time. He's either too low by the time he gets out of the chain stun, or he literally just gets chain stun from 100 to 0. So Gaimin Gladiators are looking to try and get a fight on their own terms here. They don't have the Aegis anymore, but they're going to smoke up. They're going to walk forward. They need to try and not get caught out by this Vendetta. They need to try and play around their own vision here. They're going to see if they can bait this top area, bait this top room, but oh, they're coming in with the backstab. Don't know where Tofu is.
They found Tofu first. He's going to be their primary fight starter. Vacuum into wall. Echo Slam does come out, but only onto Illusions, onto Chalice. Nice Requiem though, but all it's going to do is send back Somnus into using BKB. They use the Eclipse as well, coming in from the Luna, but it's not going to help because Ghost just bolos onto the Shadow Fiend, already right-clicking him to death. On the edge of the fight, they end up eliminating Celery. Chalice now chasing down Ace. They have access to the Ion Shells here. Ace knows that he's dead to rights. He's been walked down by Ghost, who double kills him with these right clicks. The lone survivor of this fight being Diracho. But Gaimin Gladiators, worst case scenario, your Earthshaker is the first one caught. Echo Slam is expended mostly on Illusions. You can't actually take the fight thereafter. That it could not have possibly started worse for them, and unfortunately it ended pretty badly. In Chalice, he found Diracho. Tofu, thank God, has just respawned. He's buying Diracho some time, but he also blocked Diracho. He can't get back into the base. Fluke is everything just going against Gaimin Gladiators in this one. But fortunately for them, Ghost does not want to waveform onto the high ground, so he is allowed to live. But man, oh man, is it feeling like they are up against it in this game.
I was going to say, if they take down Diracho there, I was going to say, pack it in, boys. This one feels pretty done. But right now, Gaimin Gladiators are at least standing here and getting their fights going. To be fair, they are playing up against the strongest team in their group right now, I would say, in RNG. Ghost is having a pretty good TI so far, considering he is a rookie, right? I don't think he's played at TI ever.
Yeah.
So
first TI ever.
Ghost being one of those players to be able to stand up in a big tournament like this is always a good shout, especially if you're a team like RNG with some very, very old and experienced heads on your team and, you know, the 4 other members. And then, as you said, in previous RNG games, there's the reason why they picked Ghost over every other carry player in China. So it's looking good right now for RNG. It's looking pretty bad if you're Gaimin Gladiators, but there has been plenty of games. You know, I think, what was the furthest one we had in the Liquid versus EG series? It was something like along the lines of like 96% or something like that.
Yeah, we got to 97, I think, in that game.
Yeah, so like at this point, like the Dota Plus win probability is kind of just there for show. I think we just kind of, especially when you and I are casting these games, Snare, it feels like no number is big enough and no number is too high for these teams to overcome. So we won't pack it in just yet, but RNG are definitely going to try and dot their I's and cross their T's and put this one in the bag.
He's smoked up right now on the side of our...
We just kind of, especially when you and I are casting these games, Snare, it feels like no number is big enough and no number is too high for these teams to overcome. So we won't pack it in just yet, but RNG are definitely going to try and dot their I's and cross their T's and put this one in the bag.
He's smoked up right now on the side of RNG. Looking for that all-important fight that could end this game right here and right now. Roshan is available, so if they get this team fight win, we know what the reward is going to be. Gaimin Gladiators know this as well, but their fortunes might just change here. Blink Dagger picked up by Tofu. He has the Blink, he has the Aghanim Shard. If there's ever a time where they're going to be able to make a big turnaround, the time is going to be coming now. But Tofu has to be patient, wait for the fight to start, then counter-initiate. RNG seem to have awareness that GG are here on the high ground, so they'll say, alright, we'll dare you to fight. We feel like we're stronger than you. You're the ones that have to have the impetus to come and stop us from doing this. They're going to try and poke and prod at them, though, with these familiars and some of these creeps from Celery. But there is a DD rune now, the Wonder rune available. They might actually try to smoke again on the side of RNG and go for another wrap, but they definitely don't want to waste this DD. Also, shout out to Ghost. This is not just his first TI. This is his first LAN tournament, just in general.
Oh, it is too. Yeah.
Yep.
Completely forgot that he wasn't able to play in the previous tournament.
Oh, second. He played Riyadh. Yeah, he played Riyadh Masters.
He played Riyadh, but he didn't get to
thing.
play Arlington, right? Was it Arlington?
Yeah.
Was standing in for them,
Arlington.
so
Yeah.
it's a little unfortunate, but definitely having a standout rookie TI. Oh, this is going to be the fight. Oh my god.
Oh, Chalice! The wombo combo with the big vacuum wall and the Morty's Kisses raining in over it. Ace is gone. Busted down his boom as well. Diraicho needs to get the hell out of here, but his BKB is already expired. Fortunately, they can't get a beat on vision onto him. But nonetheless, Gaimin Gladiators rebuffed immediately. They smoked up around the pit there, Fluke. They were hoping to catch RNG with their pants down. But Chalice says absolutely freaking not. Initiate the fight. X-Nova throws in the damage with the kisses. And now, of course, Ghost is going to be able to claim the Aegis. Must be nice being a Morphling that doesn't have to do much in a fight like that. Just stand around and looking pretty while your support stars takes care of everything.
Oh my god, man. It's a 5-man vacuum wall, Impale and Mortimer's Kisses combination. I'm surprised more people didn't die. The amount of damage that got dunked in towards that massive wombo combo was ridiculous. And the fact that Gaimin Gladiators were able to walk out of that, Chalice, God, man, he doesn't even change his expression. To him, it's just another day in the office. He's just rocking up, playing Darks here, and he says, "It's all right, boys. You know, win this team fight. Yeah, go. So, oh, you took Roshan. Okay, sick, man. Let's see if we can try and get another double on the board here in the group stages of TI." So, man, these guys are looking clean. These guys are looking really, really crisp in a lot of their execution. And I think the best thing for me is they're showing a whole lot of different stuff. They're showing, you know, the Nyx Assassin's really strong. The Morphling is still a hero that is in Dota right now. They're showing the power of this Leshrac. Even outside of, you know, not having these, as we said, Leshrac batteries and Leshracs with these saves, they're still showing how potent this hero has been. And the reason why this hero is very, very strong in the meta right now in RNG, up by 19,000 net worth, they're up by almost 20 kills. Gaimin Gladiators, they don't really have much left in the tank except for kind of waiting and watching their base go down. It's Diraccio.
Tries to go in with the Eclipse here. Yeah, but that was BKB down as well. That's also Ag's Eclipse already expended. So now what tools are available to fight here? BKB is still at the ready for Boom with the Requiem as well, but they have an Aegis sitting on this Morphling. I'm not so sure they're afraid of him, but Somnus gets caught on the high ground here. He's still alive for now. Well, the right clicks will come in and they do eventually kill him. Chalice tried his best, dropped down the wall deep into the fray and goes trying to clean up the fight right now. He waveforms in, able to bring down Celery. However, the duration of his BKB is ticking down, so he wants out of this fight. Tofu stops it from happening though with the fissure. Forced off, gets him further away though. They will not allow him to die. X-Nova bails him out of trouble yet again. Who is this X-Nova guy? Early Wraith Pact on this hero, an ultra kill in 15 minutes, and now saving what could have been a disaster for the side of RNG. Man, but Gaimin Gladiators hold on. Despite losing a lane of racks, despite having to commit so many spells, so many BKBs, they will not let the second lane go. And hope for this game is still alive. We are now at 98% win probability, but the game itself is not over, and that's all that matters.
Yep, game's not done until the Ancient does fall. It definitely is a long road. I've been singing the praises of a lot of these teams today. Kind of hard for me to try and see these inroads, but they are doing a good job at least making these team fights somewhat playable. I was kind of raising my eyebrow a little bit at this Aghanim Scepter picked up by Diraccio, but I do like the idea behind it. If you're able to get the Blink BKB coming in from Boom, he gets a Requiem going off, they can dunk their Lunar Eclipse coming in, and then they can turn around and deal a whole boatload of damage. So they're going to have a lot of team fight and a lot of team fight spells to be able to try and abuse any of these heroes that get caught out by, you know, either the Requiem that gets clipped on the side, or maybe even Tofu just gets a Blink Echo slam. So this interesting item pickup. Definitely does have an idea behind it, and has a way for them to get back into this. Big thing as well to note is... cool.
We might actually see the combo top. Sorry to interrupt you, because here it is. They really want to find this. There we go. It clips onto the birds, and that's what they needed. Tofu finds the stun. They were parked in the trees for so long, Fluke, looking for the assassination onto the Leshrac, and they eventually find it. And Somnus has no buyback. This is nice. They actually killed him back-to-back in these engagements. He died inside the base, and now he dies on the side there all alone. And all this does is delay the game, but that's all Gaimin Gladiators need. Any kind of delay is favorable for them to try and get to a point where they can fight back more properly.
Yeah, it's very true, and as you said, this is the reason why they picked it up. Also, something else that I wanted to touch on as well is Celery's doing a really good job at taking over the Dark Zero illusions. We saw in that last team fight, it was double Lunas. It was a bit more Giga as they were walking outside of the base there. There was 2 Lunas that were beating into Ghost. That's why we saw Xnova had to try and save him out. So Celery's doing a really good job at understanding that his idea in this game is to make sure there's no Luna that they have to try and deal with. And if he's able to convert some of those illusions back onto their side, then you've got this kind of scary illusion that you have to try and deal with. I don't think that I'd imagine that the double Lunar Blessing is not a thing. So hopefully that's not a distraction. So West Celery is probably Giga carrying his team right now. But RNG, they're still very far ahead. But they just need to make sure that they make these next couple of team fights nice and clean. If they get caught out once again like that, if they get Echo Slammed, if they get eclipsed on their head, it's going to be very significant.
Well, they have an opportunity now to demonstrate that they're going to have that execution as they smoke up, coming in to find Gaimin Gladiators. They've just lost out on their Aegis, but it doesn't seem like they care. Shiva's God committed by the Leshrac. Quick kill onto Tofu. And they try to drop the AoE Eclipse here. It almost killed this Kaka Nyx Assassin, but unfortunately it doesn't, and Tofu doesn't have buyback. Okay, just got it back. He just got it back. Super important. The Echo Slam, it cannot be overstated how important that spell, as well as the Fissure, to control the positioning is for the side of Gaimin Gladiators. They're going to try and hold on, so they'll still have the buyback for the subsequent fight. It's going to be so hard. It's been 15 seconds. A lot can be taken away from you between a Morphling and a Leshrac. Morph gonna look potentially for the jump. Kaka was looking for Jiraicho, but he found the BKB first. Ghost doesn't seem to care about this. He's focusing purely on these racks. Chalice, though, finds the 3-hero vac wall. BKB popped by Jiraicho, but Ghost pops his own, trying to chomp down the Shadow Feed. He'll succeed in doing so, as Ghost is now on a godlike streak. Tofu does drop the Echo Slam, but it's too late because Somnus got off the BKB first. So Tofu is just dead in a heartbeat. Both supports are lost. Kaka finds a stun onto Ace. They're not going to be able to find the Split Earth, though, from Somnus, as he wants to back off right now in the advent of the dual buybacks from the side of Gaimin Gladiators. Also, they've gotten what they really came for here, Fluke. The melee Rax has fallen in this mid lane. They might decide to re-engage. They're thinking about it. But with the Fire Snap Quickie, they just bail the Doxy out of trouble. They don't need to go in for more. They got exactly what they needed, and they just get out. Not a solitary soul lost in the process.
Yeah, they get the melee racks. They force out the buyback coming in from Tofu and Celery. I'm not sure if Tofu got his blink cancelled in that last fight because he Echo Slammed the ground. So I know that he was either trying to Echo Slam Somnus by himself, who'd already popped BKB, or Somnus blinked on top of him with the Pulse Nova, meant that Tofu couldn't actually blink in and get the Echo Slam. That could have been the fight changer for RNG. The fight was already going relatively well in their favor. The fact that they knew that they didn't have to play into Eclipse. They knew that there was not all too many BKBs they had to worry about. And as soon as they got on top of Boom on the Shadow Fiend, they just knew that that fight was going to be theirs to take. So RNG just doing a good job at staying patient. I think that's a good sign for teams here in TI is not getting too overzealous, not getting too kind of hyped up and wanting to, you know, kind of end the game. Just be like, oh, we know they don't have Echo Slam. We know they don't have buybacks here on two of their heroes. Let's just go. We're strong. And then you start throwing the game, and that's why I think some of the games that we've seen so far in the group stages have been like that. And it's a good sign here for RNG and RNG fans out there is the fact that they're playing this nice and slow. They understand that, yo, we got a Morphling, we got a Leshrac, we're happy for this game to go a little bit later. Whatever the Luna gets on her items, that's when, you know, our Darks is able to really come in. Karka's been playing a really good game as well, and Xnova has been playing his role on the Snapfire as well, so them just playing nice and slow and methodical is a really good shout here, and it's forcing Gaimin Gladiators to have to pull something out of the hat, right? Like, they have to try and go and find this fight and try and get on the front foot to see if they can kill Somnus or even Ghost, if they possibly can. Got no vision.
Bought this refresher orb on this Luna so that they can get the double eclipses out. Unfortunately, the Tricore of RNG all have access to BKB, so they need to be careful. Somnus blinks in yet again. He finds Celery. This is going to be a Bloodstone activation coming in here on the back end of the fight. We see Deraito dropping down the Eclipse, already able to melt down the Nyx Assassin, but soon after, Ghost just right-clicks him into oblivion. There is no more access to Luna, and now with Boom out of BKB, Chalice is on top of him with the Vac Wall. They've already killed him. Morty's Kiss is flying in to zone back Ace and Tofu. And Celery, he gets left behind on the low ground. He can do nothing to stop the advance here from RNG. Somnus will continue to blink forward onto the high ground. Lightning Storm to slow down Ace. Impale to stop him in his tracks. And Ghost to completely finish him off. Gets a double kill for Somnus. Tofu at least able to walk into the fountain. But Ghost says, where you going, fam? You're gonna go into the fountain the hard way. GG, well played is called by Gaimin Gladiators. It's a team wipe from RNG. And game number 1 goes decisively in their favor. Wow, what a performance coming in from the Chinese squad. They are now 8-1, Fluke, looking like one of the best teams in the tournament.
Yeah, they definitely look really, really good right now for RNG. They're putting themselves up in that upper echelon of teams at TR right now that have a good grasp on being able to play fast, being able to play slow, being able to play these